where she's buried.
Well, my grandmother is buried there.
Yeah.
If that Mike got that verified.
Yeah, there's not a headstone or anything for her. I don't know where.
No, the grave's lost.
Yeah. I don't know, her mother's.
Yeah, no,
Stone.
Joneses are there.
Yeah, I found that one in there. She was a Brazel.
Yeah.
Or Brazil, or however you say that. My sister Tanya? Every now and then, I don't talk to her much. She stays down there in Houston. I don't ever go to Houston if I can avoid it. But she's still there, working. But, what else was I going to ask you? Oh yeah. When y'all were kids, did y'all live on McBride Hill? Y'all lived down there by the...
I was probably 16 when we moved to that house there.
That little
had
house?
built, you know.
Mm-hmm. Where did y'all live before that?
On the highway 21 there. I know the house is not there anymore.
No. In the same batch of land right there?
No, not the same land.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little rental house, not very big.
Oh, okay.
Not like the one Danny built.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, it was just some of the boys, see, they were in service
Mm-hmm.
when we lived in that little house because we had moved from a big house over on Thorn Road 711, the Woods Place was a big
Mhm.
house there that we lived in. And then we moved to this little house there on 21 while the house was being built.
Yeah.
But Preston was married and Dawes, and they were in service. See, that was during World War
Yeah.
II. So that was it's a big change going on all over there.
Yeah, right. And everybody was gone fighting, I guess.
Well, I had all 5 of them serve in the service.
Yeah. I guess you and Pawpaw pretty much grew up together, huh?
Who are you talking about?
Pawpaw. Merle. I guess y'all pretty...
I didn't know him until after the war.
Oh, really?
No,
Because y'all didn't live too far from each other.
we didn't live very far apart, but we didn't visit because nobody had the money or the transportation. Dad didn't have a car then. He bought his truck when he started working in town,
Yeah.
but we just didn't go anywhere.
Stayed at the house, huh? How did y'all run in?
We had gatherings, but we just never did in that part of South Scene. We didn't go anywhere. Most of it was family gatherings
Mm-hmm. How did you and Pawpaw meet?
at McBride Church.
Oh, yeah. McBride Church. Because Uncle Dennis, he married McBride too, didn't he?
No, well, you're talking about Uncle Pete.
Yeah.
Eugene Dennis or Dennis Eugene.
Mhm.
No. Yes, he did. He married my Aunt Bert.
Yeah. So.
Roberta was her name.
Yeah, Roberta.
Aunt Bert, yeah.
And Aunt Pearl married Uncle George.
Uncle George married Pearl Elizabeth when I was named after.
Pretty much had to marry somebody within walking distance, I guess.
Well, the community had little church parties, back when they were all that age,
about that, you know, because that's a Presbyterian church, of course, but Baptist is a whole lot more common. I mean, is it just as the Presbyterian church was closest?
Well, it was the closest one to us, I guess, it was. But we just didn't go.
Yeah.
We didn't have transportation,
Sure.
you know.
Well, I mean,
Now, I was there. I don't remember how I got there, who carried us. But we did go to McBride when I was about nine years old.
mhm. But that's the Presbyterian is a Scottish, right?
I guess.
It is. There's only, they were pretty much divided between Presbyterians and Catholic. And they kind of, I mean, they fought over that kind of stuff back then.
Yeah.
So I kind of wondered if it was something that got passed down or if it just happened to be the closest church to the house or something, you know? Because the guy that left, I know where our McBride that left Scotland, I know where he left out of. He left out of a town called Wigtownshire on the western coast of Scotland, and they went to Ireland for about 50 years, and then when they left Ireland, they came to North Carolina.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty much what everybody did.
That's most of the ships docked in that area.
Yeah, west, you know, North Carolina or Virginia or something like that. And then they, you know, just gradually moved on over here. But
Well, after all the news got out about Texas, you know, and the land was like 10 cents an acre and all of that, they started moving this way.
right, you know, there's still a pretty good batch over them, you know, in Louisiana and stuff. But yeah, I guess, you know, Grandpa, you know, McBride, you know, being the youngest, I guess a lot of his brothers and sisters kind of stayed over there in Louisiana.
No, they came after he had seen that Mary Simmons was from Denny.
Were they?
And when my grandmother died, well, Grandpa, I don't know where, he met her evidently in Manning, Louisiana, somewhere in that area. Because they lived there in Provençal, I think, when she died.
Yeah.
That's where she's buried, it's Shiloh Cemetery.
There's quite a little clutch of them around what they call Claiborne Parish over there in Louisiana, or you know, ones that we're still kin to and stuff. So, but anyhow,
Well, we went to a Stewart reunion. No, it was Eddie and I that went over there, Earl's sister. And we met a Molly Jordan, and her mother was Ann McBride, and she had married Stewart. And that was, we met her, and we stayed one night there, and just going to the cemetery and looking for things. But they've been pretty well, the Stewarts and the McBrides were evident, they lived pretty close together.
right? Yeah, I found some of those connections. There's a little, I can't remember the town I went to. They have a little library there, and there was a book there. Grandma Price's oldest brother, who was probably like 30 years older than her. One of his kinfolks wrote like a family history of that bunch around there, and in that library there was another one that was for McBrides in that area. And at the time I didn't have enough time to go through, but
You don't remember where you were?
oh shit, Jones Parish, Jacksonville Parish. I can look it up.
We have been to the Natchitoches courthouse so many times looking up things. And that guy was so nice about helping us.
What? What?
Buster, you quit that. You be nice. You be nice.
Jump up here 1 minute and growl the
And
next.
well, he wants
Come on.
attention.
Jackson, Louisiana.
Jackson Parish.
Yeah, Jackson, Louisiana's where it is. What are you doing? Huh?
You must have been around another dog somewhere.
Yeah, my mom and dad's dog collection. They freaking got 6 dogs out there. Like, they got Jackson Parish Library. It's in Jonesboro.
Oh, Jonesboro.
Yeah, there's a McBride book in there too that I'm gonna have to go. I don't know which batch of McBrides it is, but you know.
Now that could be another one of the McBrides
Yeah.
that,
Well, they're all related if you go back far enough.
yeah.
You know, it just depends on which batch you're talking about, but they all come from the same.
They're
Place.
all McBrides.
Yeah, they're all McBrides. Yeah.
They're just different families.
Yeah, just different groups of them. You know, that's if you can figure out which ones are which. Some
Do
of
you
them.
ever make any connection with Ransom McBride in North Carolina?
Haven't found them yet.
He was doing a study on the McBrides.
Well, I've been looking for that for somebody that has been. 'Cause I
A
wanted
big
to.
one. He's got a big one.
Really?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Ransom McBride.
Ransom?
I think he must be dead because we've not heard anything from him at all. And he was doing a book,
Was he?
and he was going to let us buy one whenever he got it, print.
I'll see if I can't find them. He might have a kid or something.
Oh, I'm sure he had a family, but I can't, but he never did mention his family in any of the correspondence.
Ransom. I'll look that up. Yeah, and I mean, of course, they're all from Highlands of Scotland, you know. But they've been over here from, for however long. But every now and then, I'll run into one, you know.
Have you ever gone to a library to look one up and they didn't give you much information?
No, not really. I mean,
I was there looking at one, and Merle was helping me a little bit, and I told him what I was doing when I went in, the guy that was over it.
Mm-hmm.
And in a little bit, he brought out the will of John McBride. He had back somewhere, but he didn't trust me
Right.
to,
To not lose it, or tear it up, or
but
take it with
I
you.
just read it. I didn't have a machine there, and it was just a small library, and
Yeah.
didn't have a machine to make a copy or anything
Right.
of it. See, and he might not have let me make a copy.
He may not have,
I don't know.
They were a lot more. Back in the day, they were a lot more possessive.
Well, people are doing more of it.
Yeah.
Is the reason.
Sure. That's yeah, I've been wanting to kind of do a study on the McBrides, because there's a bunch of them, but they're not as the McDonald's that they're a part of, are like one of the biggest Scottish clans there are, but the McBride are part of that, but they're not as well known, so they're kind of a quiet bunch. But I mean, there's a lot more than that too, but of course McBrides are the closest ones, so that's there's a long tradition of that kind of thing. But we have some people that were English nobility too, that on the Hinton side, which is on your side, but they go back to the Brandons and the Seymours, who were nobility during the time of Henry VIII. One of your great grandfathers is one of the Seymours, who was the brother of Henry VIII's wife, Jane Seymour. So I mean, the English ones, I just don't find them as interesting, I guess. But You know, I mean, I guess if you go back far enough, you can find just about anything.
Probably could find one somewhere back there.
Just about, so,
Yeah.
you know, but I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't remember what I was gonna ask you. Oh, yeah, have you talked to Aunt Eddie lately?
Hmm?
Have you talked to Aunt Eddie lately?
I talked to Donald first. Oh gosh, it's been a good while. And about a week ago, I called Grace and got Grace.
Mhm.
You know, she's got cancer
No, I hadn't heard.
and had surgery, and she's taking radiation treatments. She had breast cancer. And she told me, asked her about Eddie, and she said that Donald had been trying to get in touch with her and couldn't get her. Somehow the phone, they didn't answer it, or they were out when he called, or whatever. But I tried calling her, and I couldn't get her, so I gave up, you know.
I did the same thing. I called her 2 or 3 weeks ago, and some little kid kept answering the phone.
Oh, okay.
You know, one of her grandkids or
It's her
whatever.
grandchild.
But, you know, it was young enough where all they did was,
It's Alan, and they
Yeah.
have 2 little girls.
it was one of those little girls, you know. And I talked to her a few months back, you know, for a while, but the
But
last,
Eddie's got, she may be on a walker or wheelchair. She's gotten where she couldn't walk,
oh, right,
really, from room to room.
yeah, that's probably why, you know.
I imagine that was the reason they were letting her answer the phone, because she would have to get up and go to the phone. And I think Janet has some problems with walking.
Janet's probably in her 60s now,
Oh, goodness, yes.
so, but I haven't seen her or talked to her in quite a good while, you know. But I think Aunt Eddie said she was getting pretty, you know, ill or not able to get around either. She's not that old, but I guess.
Because she had, she'd lost some weight, but she had gained a lot of weight, and it's been affecting her legs.
Oh, yeah. Well, they definitely do that, that's for sure. But I didn't know Aunt Grace was sick. I hadn't talked to them for probably
Well,
a
she was
year, I
doing-
guess.
She was doing real good, and I told her about the reunion, and she said, well, that she would have to wait and see how she was. I told her, I said, now Grace, I know you do most of the driving. See, Donald's gotten up there, he's 90-something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I know you do most of the driving. I said, now if you don't feel like driving, because, you know, with treatment, you know, in her arms, I said, don't bother to come. I said, it's been good talking with you, you know, but don't harm yourself just trying to come, because they always come.
Sure. What kind of cancer does she have?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, I better call her, I guess. I hadn't really talked to them. Whenever I go to Dallas, I always try to stop in and see them, you know. But I haven't been up there since last year because of all the COVID business or whatever.
Well, they really live at Richardson.
Yeah. But I'll try to stop and visit them, of course. But I haven't been up there, you know, in over a year now. So since all this business started. But anyhow, they had 2 girls. One of them was Rhonda, right?
Rhonda and Angela.
Angela, yeah.
And a boy, Jeff.
Now, I've only met one of those girls. I haven't ever met the other one. I think I met the oldest one. Is that Rhonda, the oldest one?
No.
Is Angela?
is the oldest.
Angela.
Rhonda and then Jeffrey.
And I hadn't seen Jeff since Pawpaw died.
Well, I guess he has, I guess he's retired, and Dana is retired, his wife, she taught school. They both are retired now.
He was, I guess, a policeman.
I don't know
I don't-
what rank he was.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. But I haven't ran into him.